Hello, everyone. Let's see. RC, Milo, Kiki, and finches and parakeets. Okay. It's been a while. Had a pretty long string of Wednesday videos, and I think one week I just plain old forgot. Apologize for that. But I think I really didn't have anything planned. I think I said in one of the lock screen slideshow videos that I ended up with seven groups of the pictures, and I like to do 3 at a time. So I can do a whole nother set. So that will be next month. Yeah, because I think next week will be the August Instagram picture of the day slideshow. With voiceover explanation. And then the following week, well, that depends on. Yeah, that depends on. We're going back up north Friday. So for Labor Day weekend, coming back on Tuesday. And so my plan is to, since I've already shown you guys everything that we do, I just want to do one video, just kind of video things as the weekend goes, and just kind of do, there is a finch or sparrow on the hummingbird feeder. Okay. Yeah, just film stuff, highlights from golfing, our shopping day, and just stuff like that. How the lake is, I've got plans on that. Plus there's this really cool special effect that the editing app YouCut did a video about, and so I want to try it. I think we might do another Yumbox up there while we're up there, since I got 2 sitting over there. So if we do that, then so next Wednesday will be the August Instagram pictures of the day. But then the next 2 weeks after that, one would be the Unbox, and the other one would be the my consolidation video of how the weekend went. And then probably lock screen slideshow part 1 and part 2. And that's 5 weeks, and then after that would probably be September Instagram picture of the day. And maybe by then we'll have another Unbox done. And of course, in the middle of all that, the next one will have gotten here. So, yeah. And it rolls along. So, what's been going on here? I don't know. Not a whole lot. There was the Arts and Crafts Festival was in town last Saturday before. Oh. And I got a whole bunch of stuff, and some for me and some for other people. I did take a picture of the stuff that I got for me. It will be part of my Instagram picture slideshow. But I did want to show you the one of the things. And so it's made of beads that were sewn, and then they stitched it onto a piece of well, it's not, kind of looks like leather. I don't think it's real leather, but and then they attached a hair clip. So, and I've gotten a lot of compliments on it. It does. I mean, it shows up pretty. I mean, yeah. So, gotta put that back on. Okay. Let's see. RC. Okay, so this is probably maybe a month ago. It was a Saturday. We went outside for our summer Saturday campfire thing, and we came back inside, and I was the first one up here. And the first thing you do whenever we've gone anywhere, when we come back, we count birds. Specifically the three that are out. Not these guys, but these three. And so, 1, 2, 3, okay, everything's fine. I came upstairs and Milo was up there on the Boyne perch. And so I'm like, okay, that's kind of unusual, but not really. But he was sitting there. I'm like, okay, 1. And then I saw Kiki, 2, and I'm looking around for RC, and nowhere to be seen. Well, then Milo realized I was standing there, so then he starts screeching. And then just then my parents came in, and I said, I don't think RC's here. Okay, so then we got to start looking. So we know when he flies off, usually he only does this because something startled him. He usually goes one of 2 areas. He goes, well, sometimes he'll come in here in the living room. Sometimes he'll go end up by a window in the dining room or the kitchen. But a lot of times he'll go fly down the hallway and end up in my room. And of course, he doesn't answer when you call him. You can keep calling him. He won't say a thing. You have to actually find him, or he's got to find his way out and then fly back to the cage. So they're looking in this whole area, and so I go in there and I go into my room and I'm calling his name, and I'm listening for the slightest bit of sound, and I don't hear anything. And so then I leave the room, and I kind of check my parents' room, and I check my sleeping room, and I check the bathroom, and I come back out here, and it was like, well, you still can't find him. I was like, okay, so let's go back and look under the curtain. So then I go back into my room, and I started doing a more careful search, I guess. And I'm standing there in front of Joey's turtle box, and I kind of went like that over the edge, and that's when I saw this little green face staring back at me. And so I yelled, I found him. So then mom comes running up. Well, so here he was standing on Joey's couch under the heat lamp. And so I don't know, who knows how long he'd been there. So mom gives me the rescue stick, I put him on the stick, and I started to move him, and he flies off and landed on top of my Jesus latch hook, which is a really good size. And so then I try to get as close as I could, but he's a good 2 feet away still, even from the end of the stick. So then we got the other rescue stick, which is longer, and had my father, who's taller, and he could barely reach. And so then he got RC, he got 1 foot on the stick, but then the other foot was where it was caught in the yarn, the yarn strands on the top of the latch hook. So he just keeps tugging, and RC's tugging on its foot, and finally it finally came free, and both feet on the stick, and came out here and put him on the cage, and it's like everybody breathed a sigh of relief, and I could go on and take my shower. Couple days later, 1 or 2 days later, yeah, I think I was heading to bed, and RC was climbing on the side of Milo's cage over to the tree. And I looked at him, and he looked at me, and I realized he was doing this. And I'm like, RC, what's wrong with your eye? So then mom's like, what? I said, he's not opening one of his eyes. And so I tried to like poke it, or try to get my fingers close as possible, and there was no reaction. So he couldn't see. And then I very gently touched his face. He was like, what was that? And so I'm like, well, I have no idea what to do about that. So I went to bed. I Googled, eye problems in birds, and I read several sources, and they all said the same thing. It's like these things tend to heal themselves. You don't need to go see a vet. If you want, you can put a couple drops of sterile saline just to help wash things away. But unless there's an infection or anything, there's really nothing. You really don't need to do anything. And I'm like, well, okay, that's a sigh of relief. So then the next day, I told my mom about that. And she's like, yeah, how are you going to do that? And it's like, well, this is true, because I'd have to chase him down, and someone would have to hold him down, and then we'd have to, drip the drops on him, and yeah. So, but then I was looking at him, and it looked like his eye was open a little bit, and so I was like, oh, I think it's starting to open anyway. So I was looking at him, and his eye was kind of open. Then I walked up to him and looked at him, and his eye was closed. And it's like, okay, why? Okay, I know I saw it open. Why is it now shut? So now it's like, now I don't know if he's acting, pretending, or what. And then, so then the next day, looked at him, and it was open a little bit more, but he kept taking his foot and doing that. So it was obviously there was something there that bothering him. Who knows what it was? Mom said those three fight. Him and Milo, and him and Kiki and whatever. So that could have been something. Could have got a piece of dust while he was when he was stuck on the latch hook. When he was maybe got some turtle dust, and plus he got really, really hot sitting under that heat lamp. I mean, he was all, and so who knows? But it took about a week, and now you can't tell anything happened. So yeah, so that's a relief. 15 minutes. Okay. Other than that, there's really nothing much going on that I can think of. So, yeah. So, otherwise, videos continue. I've got one in, let's see, 2 months. I've got one in 2 months that I've been planning for a few years. And in fact, I have tried twice. I almost did the song, and then both times something happened at the last minute that I had to change songs. So, and so I finally decided that there's something going on in 2 months that there's a perfect reason to use that song. And so I've been thinking about this all year. So I'm excited about that. Plus I'm already thinking Halloween, and I have a plan for that one. And not only this year, but next year. Yeah. So I'm tired. And let's see. Almost 17 minutes, so I think I'll cut it off and see in the comments and Sunday's video and anywhere else I see you. So, or talk to you, or you know, whatever. Okay, so thank you for watching, and thank you for your support, being there, watching, commenting, liking. Your friendship means a lot to me. Bye.